After coming back from New Zealand, 2.5 years spending there, back to Santa Monica, I'm spending 2 weeks cleaning up all my stuff I left over, pictures, books, letters, and start to adjust to the new way of life here. Yet I realized that my home, I'm not sure if it's in New Zealand or America or Japan or any place else I lived, but came to the conclusion that wherever I am, it's my home. Yet after that conviction, I still have this sense of who I am, what's going on, what to do, as if my destiny into the future is unknown. In previous video, I mentioned something about if you don't know what to do, what do you do? That was, I believe, was the title. It's similar, but perhaps much deeper in the sense of identity of who I am. So, having experienced and learned, going through plan, do, check out, plan, do, to reflect and keep on learning, I still realize that to know the world, how to navigate the world is not simple. In fact, I felt like I don't know what's going on in the world, what's going to happen, as well as what have I mastered. I talk about finding the destiny. I talked about the new hero's journey and posting various videos whenever I find some insight or the wisdom to navigate my life. But still, this thought popped up. What do I know about the world? What do I know about myself? The search for the spiritual pursuit I started long years ago was to know myself, know thyself. And then I kept on moving forward, and with some awakening experience, I realized the answer to that question is, thy will be done. That's the intuitive sense, but what I found now, related to who I am, related to what do I know about the world and the life and how to navigate and to move forward, I came to this point, I don't know. The funny thing is that related to that, the Delphi statement, know thyself, Socrates said, I do not know anything. I don't mean to compare, but anyway, that thought of I don't know anything applies to the situation I am. I'm figuring out what's the world is doing and how people are living, and there's so many ways, and therefore the answer has to be coming from the experiential wisdom. The point is that each person has its own unique experience base, habitual pattern, and all of that. Therefore, as I mentioned elsewhere about the Buddha's teaching, it's related to each person's specific situation. Although he summarized in a generic manner about the Four Noble Truths, or what was it, Eight Noble Path, all of that for generic purpose, but still individually you have to come face the uncertainty, and you may hit the same wall like I felt a little bit for about a day or so. What have I learned? What is the destiny into the future? Who I am? After a day or so, and also connected to the statement of I don't know anything by Socrates, I also know that this is the story of Bodhidharma, the first patriarch coming from India to China. This is a koan. A king asked to Bodhidharma, "Who are you?" And Bodhidharma, or Daruma in Japanese, responded, "I don't know." Fushiki, no realization. So, connecting those points, if you could get it by now, what I got is that I don't know anything, I don't know who I am, are those wise people that I see left a huge footprint for the humanity. One from Greek, the other one from India and China, through Zen. I don't know. And I connect that term, I don't know anything or I don't know, with being at home. So what it means is that when you don't know, just a tiny bit off from that thought, because that's in the mind, that you may get is be open to that unknown by saying, I don't know. And that is where you are at home, or you can be at home. By realizing you don't know, accepting you don't know, you get to the state of emptiness, no mind, and state of being as you are. Non-action, or wu-wei, the same point that I discussed previously. So all the dots and the wisdom, if I may say so, I pointed in previous videos, even to the point of what do you do if you don't know anything, or what to do. Then just be. Easy to say, but that's the barrier of the mind that you have to go through to realize the state of unknowing, which is the same as wu-wei, non-action, but acceptance. That state is the home, and there's clear awareness you can come up to. It may take time. But last night, as an example, every day I monitor how I'm connected to the source, so to speak, and when I'm off, then I put the black dot, I call it black dot exercise, I point it somewhere else, so that I can see how I'm navigating my life. And yesterday I had those moments while I was up maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Something about some business troubled me. What's going on? Why can it be different? And I see no way out. So what do? You don't know. Then my practice always has been acceptance, breathing, inner body sensation. Takes time, maybe a few minutes, sometimes few seconds, could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But being persevere and stay in that state of awareness, if you call that, being aware what's going on, without fear, greed, but sharp, open mind to accept, and also connected to what's going on in your body, because that's where the life energy is flowing to keep us alive. Stomach hurting or not, breathing smooth, muscle tone relaxed or not, breathing continuous, steady. All these are those 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it takes in the middle of the night when the thought pops up and you get troubled. Eventually, when I've gone through many, many, many times, millions of times perhaps, still come back, delusionally thought. But there's a way to clarify it, clean up, by not trying, but accepting, be open to all the sensation without reacting. That's the meditation. I just talked with my friend Eve about it, and maybe if interested I can post that discussion we had. Can refer to that. The point is the home I have talked about, or furusato, Japanese singing I mentioned in the other video. It's always with us. We are from there. We are connected, and that's the state of unknown from the mind point of view. But that's the awareness, being aware here and now, what's going on. And that is not the boundary, because you create the boundary by the mind. But if you can accept and let go and pay attention to the contents of the thought, breathing, muscle, hearing, smelling, tasting, whatever as it is, you find home, eternal home. Before we are born and while we are living and after we are gone, passing away, that's the eternal home. You can call it eternal child, because if you are at the eternal home, you can be a newborn baby, curiosity, exploration. Or you may just rest and go back to sleep, wake up, feel the energy flowing within, move on, forgetting what was that concern I had in the middle of the night. It's just a cloud of thought popped up. I got tangled up a little bit, but tangling up you do on your own with your mind. But if you let go, it would open up, and then you get back to the state. I believe many, if not all of the videos, has that content as a way that I wanted to share, as the wisdom or compassion. And this is all about that. Being home, connected, be open, be a child, eternal child, with energy, manifesting in whatever we do. Clear, open mind. I can go back to one of the koan in Zen, Joshu, talking with non-Zen, asking what is the way. Ordinary life is the way, is the answer. How do I know? Non-Zen says, if you look for it, you cannot find it. And Joshu asked, I don't know, maybe what did he say? How do I know it? I think the answer is, if you know it, it's like open sky, blue sky, no constraint. That's the transparency, openness, clarity, awareness, no mind, state of being, home. And that's what it means, possibly, when Socrates said, I don't know, because he's not answering anything, but curious to see what's going on. I don't know why Socrates took that poison to kill himself, basically committing suicide, because that was the moment, and he resolved by killing himself. I guess I have to look into it some other time, but my view is that whenever the blockage is, killing yourself is the last resort. Accept, be aware. In case of Buddha, when he faced the army and he stood on the road as if the army cannot go forward, which happened, but he left. In that case, Buddha's answer was, no point, I move on, that's my guess, and find a way to realize what could be the ultimate solution. And I think that came out to be his teaching and the way of life. So Socrates chose to die. Don't know. But whatever the case is, the point of this is let the situation resolve on its own and find a passage. It may be possibly committing suicide. I doubt it, because as Buddha did and the Bodhidharma did, without knowing, without solving, but acceptance, non-action, go with the flow, so to speak, could be a way when we are not sure what's going on, what the world is, still not giving up, and listen to the voice from within and find a solution. Each specific case will bring out each specific resolution because of the habitual pattern that we may have by that time. But that, to me, is the principle, and that was the Bodhidharma's teaching, which I mentioned in the other video. And I hope maybe that's good enough for now. I don't mean to solve the world problem. I'm just trying to have peace, to realize what the situation is for me, and connect to all those reference points that I appreciate I get from the teaching of various people, spiritual leaders. If this is helpful for you, I hope there's the possibility of unknown that we can find within us. I think that's the principal spirit that we can have. So let's find the source of that energy by being quiet and find the passage into the future. Thank you.